I think I lost to Cam 4-0. I don't think he had bet me that week going into it, so it was a letdown. Yeah, look, 9 darters are great and everything, but we come here to win weeks, and that's my plan. If you hit a 9 darter, focusing again, winning the game, moving on, and trying to keep winning.
Welcome along to the latest edition of the Tungsten Talk here at the MODUS Super Series, where we're having a look back at the career of some of the stars of the MODUS Super Series. Now, today's guest is somebody that's definitely made his name here at the Live Lounge in Portsmouth. He's hit 3 9 darters in this building, hit a 9 darts in the previous studio, Southampton. He's a former weekly winner. He's also a man that has also made it through to the Champion of Champions in the old Live League format. It's Conor Heneghan that joins myself and Matthew Edgar here today. When I ask you about the MODUS Super Series, what's the first thought that springs to mind?
What brings to mind? It's a great platform for lads that don't have tour cards, for people dropping off the tour who want to get back on the tour. The building itself is unreal. Like, when you come here first, it's great. Like what they've done here. Even in Southampton, to go from Southampton to Portsmouth here, and it's such a big change, and to get that stage experience as well, I suppose it's a big thing.
We speak about players making their names in this building, and it's fair to say that Conor Heneghan's one of those players that possibly without the Super Series, the then Live League, we may not have known too much about.
That's a good system that we've got in place now with the Super Series. Not only that, the ADC and the partnership that's available there that allows us to unearth those players. There's been plenty of players that we've not really heard too much of, but would be legends or big names in their local area. And in the past, they would traditionally have to then go and travel the circuit, go around Europe, go around the world to get the points to get to a broadcasted event. And nowadays, they get the opportunity to play on a broadcasted event and qualify through their local area. So it's a great partnership. We're going to see plenty more of these stories.
How would you describe the MODUS Super Series in terms of what it's done for you and your darts?
Yeah, look, it's made me. I suppose Matt is right in saying, like, I might be a big enough name in my local area, but to come over here and to show what I can do it's a big thing. Hitting a few 9 darters, winning a week, it's just a building thing to try and obviously get on tour. And if I don't get on tour, it's great to be here and to be invited. Let's
talk about where it started, because for you it started in the previous studio in Southampton, and it was an online qualifier, wasn't it? It was back in the days of COVID. You had to play online in a qualifier to play at the Live. Just tell us a little bit more about that.
Yeah, during COVID we had to play online. It was an experience itself, but I think there was 4 qualifiers, and I was lucky enough to be one of them. I bet my good mate Dylan Slevin in the final of it. Got over here, and since then it's just been kept going.
And it was a weird thing, because you came over with Martin, didn't you?
Yeah, there was a week I was with my brother, yeah. It was weird playing against him online, but look, it was good.
When you walked into that building for the first time, this is the old place in Southampton, what was that feeling like? And for you, was this something that was a bit of a step into the unknown?
Yeah, it was an experience in itself, like, meeting new players, big names that, like, I wouldn't have met before. I think I was in a group with Kev Burness the first time, Kev McDine, who's played on tour before. So it was a learning curve, but as I got more and more into it, I got more comfortable around people, and the more you get comfortable around people, the better you'll play. And
your performances were that good that they gave you an invitation to come back another time and another time, and you became quite a regular feature back in the old place.
Yeah, I did all right. I was getting to Saturday nights finals. I probably wasn't getting over the line as much as I wanted to, but eventually that came. But yeah, it's always nice to get invited back. Sure, it's great to be here.
I think Conor's story is about progress over time, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. And that's the exciting thing about the Super Series, isn't it? Seeing that journey, seeing that progression. And we see that go further and beyond now, because the opportunities to watch darts, the opportunities to watch it through Darts Connect, through streaming platforms, through PDC TV. There's lots of opportunities out there. And we get to see people come here as, okay, how is this guy going to fare? and then they do well here. Then we see them go to Q School, we see them get cards, we see the progression. And I think that's one of the exciting things now, in the fact that we can follow a player's journey from literally start all the way through now to the World Championship stage.
And if 2021 was you finding your feet at the Live League, was 2022 then you making more progress in terms of you then being more competitive, trying to pick up weekly titles, getting through to Champions Weeks at the Live League?
Yeah, that's what it's all about. It's all about progressing. Like, you come over, you try to do as well as you can, hopefully make a Saturday night, and it's then on a Saturday night you have to do the job. Like, during the week really means nothing unless you're getting to a Saturday night. That's where the big stuff is, that's where the crowds come in and everything, so that's where you want to be.
I think the real progression as well comes in the fact of the change in the format and the dynamics and everything, because, I mean, I played in the old Live League alongside Conor, and one of the things that used to be very evident there was it was almost like we was putting on a show, because everyone there was guaranteed a day rate, and you were only really playing for Saturday night. You get to Saturday night, you get more money because that's your money night. So realistically, throughout the day, it was like, well, we're getting paid. We're here to put on a show. The atmosphere in the back room was more of, I'm out with the guys having a bit of fun. And then it sort of got picked up that kind of was the vibe. We need to make this more of a competition. And it is now, in the fact that even these groups, people are playing for prize money within the groups. You get more money for the higher in which you finish. And do you know what? When I go down to the practice room now, I can see that the atmosphere has changed. Because back then it used to be 6 people in a room having a laugh, having a bit of fun. Now you go down, 2 or 3 of them's got headphones in, another one's on the stage keeping themselves to themselves, and there's a lot more serious vibe when you go down there. Sometimes you still do get quite a bit of fun, a little bit more relaxed than you get, say, at a Pro Tour environment. But as this goes on, as this develops, we're getting more and more sort of serious nature here at the Super Series.
What would be your memories of the previous studio in Southampton? And I know the creaky floorboard is probably going to be the first thing you say.
Just probably how like small and compact it was. You know, you're in a room. There was only little 2 boards. Like, it's about getting used to it. That was the first thing, probably for myself. Then probably hitting the 9 darter, getting to the final. I think Josh Payne of the Champions of Champions was a highlight. You know, just about playing well, I suppose, in front of cameras and in front of like superstars that have came and gone, and you know, like, it's good. It's good.
In some senses, as great as this building is, was it a nice soft launch for yourself when you consider the environment? Because this is an amazing arena. But back in Southampton, I mean, Matt can also attest to this. It was an office block at the outskirts of Southampton, and everything was quite quaint, wasn't it?
Yeah, at first, like, you didn't really know where you were going. Like, it was just a building, and to come here now and just see this it's different class what they've done. You know, it makes life a lot easier for us and gives us experience, you know, playing on stages in front of people, in front of the cameras. You know, it's good.
So I got lost going there the first time. You got lost going there the first time. Did you get lost going there the first time?
I think I get lost going everywhere outside my house, really. So I'm probably not the best one to ask on that one. But yeah, I found my way there. Do you know what? I used to love that old venue, actually. It was quite an environment. I mean, I probably went there a bit too much, which is probably what accelerated the problems with my arm in hindsight. But I think I was there about every 2 or 3 weeks. It was a great experience down there. I mean, Southampton's a great place. The venue itself, it was a bit warm at times. I remember we used to shoot the blower in, didn't we, all the time in between games and everything. But I mean, every time I think about that place, it just smile. And it was a real good sort of platform and a real good sort of base for what has now become the Super Series.
You played in the last main event that took place at Southampton, the Champion of Champions event. You got through to the Saturday on that particular occasion. I know it didn't quite work out for you in the end, but that was that must have been a nice experience to play in that last curtain closer event to what was the Live League.
Yeah, 100%. You know, it's always great to get to the Saturday nights. It was a big night. It was on TV. I think it was one of the first times I went to TV as well and stuff.
Yes, yeah.
So it was a big night, yeah. But then, like, to come here to play on that stage, it's awesome.
It's actually one of the first times that I think that the former broadcast, they bought like massive banners and all the rest of it, and they had their own little studio set up in what was the old kitchen area in the building. It really was incredible. And then we move here to the salubrious surroundings of the Live Lounge in Portsmouth, and you come here and you make a very instant impact. First week you play in that building, you hit a 9-darter. What are your memories of that?
Yeah, obviously it was great. To come to do it the first time was special. I think I was the first to do it in both venues, so it was great. Yeah, obviously just to do it in front of cameras and on a stage was a big thing, like, you know. And
then I suppose you kind of got the taste for it, didn't you? Because the first one was then followed by the second one against Alan Norris.
Yeah, I hit the second one. It was great. I think I missed another one on double 12 and on the Saturday as well. So. Yeah, look, 9-darters are great and everything, but we come here to win weeks, and that's my plan.
And you did do that. It was around about this time last year. Did that feel a little bit of a weight off your shoulders? Because we've spoken so much in glowing terms about you, but a lot of it's been about maybe more individual moments. The fact that you won a week, did that feel like a weight off your shoulders? You've proven that you can do it over a long course.
Yeah, 100%. I came here a few times and got to Saturday nights and been disappointed. But I was getting to finals a good few times and not performing in the finals. But to get over the line against Andy that night was great. And yeah, it did take something off me. So hopefully now it'll just keep going.
The Champions Week, you got through to the Champions Night. It's a little bit of what if?
Yeah, I let myself down there. Do you know, I think I lost to Cam 4-0. I don't think he had bet me that week going into it. So it was a letdown. But look, the lads played awesome, and you could see in the final, the two of them, I think they were both in the group with me, so fair play to them.
And then, but when we recorded this is the week that Conor played in Series 10. You hit another 9-dart. Which one out of the three is the sweetest one of the lot?
Probably this one, to be honest, because I haven't been playing well the last while. Kind of came out of nowhere, really. Do you know, on a Monday morning, second game, you don't really see that too much, but yeah, it's about now trying to get through to Saturday night from now on.
Let's talk a little bit away from the hockey, because you are a bit of a sporting guy. Darts isn't the only sport that you've ever played. You come from a bit of a sporting background, don't you?
Yeah, I play Gaelic football and still play a bit of soccer as well. I kind of juggle all of them together as much as I can. But darts is always number one. Whenever darts is on, I'll be at the darts. I don't know if I'll be missing games this weekend because of the darts, so we'll have to wait and see if I make it through Saturday. But yeah.
How high level are we talking when we talk about other sports?
I've won All Ireland in schools football when I was in, I got man the match. Played like underage level for Sligo Rovers, under 19s, stuff like that. So yeah, high enough, but just all right.
More than all right, that, isn't it?
It'd get a game for Portsmouth, wouldn't he, with that sort of level?
Yeah. We need anybody at this present moment in time. We're well in trouble down the bottom of the league. Let's have a look at moving forward then. What's the plan, short term, long term, for Conor Heneghan?
I suppose it's play as many MODUS as I can. Challenge tours. I might try and do a few ADCs this year. I haven't kind of went into them yet, but that's the plan, just to keep bettering myself and trying to get a B game into my game. I've a very high A game. I can throw in big averages, but I can also throw in terrible C averages, if you know what I mean. If I can get that B game right, I'll be a difficult bet.
Well, how would you sum up Conor Heneghan's time here at the Super Series?
I think you summed it up at the start with progressive. You know, when you look at a player who qualifies from something online to then winning a week and having individual moments, absolutely. I think the next stage of progression, I think Conor's probably aware of what that is, and that's playing in one of those big broadcasted sort of major events. Whether that be something like Lakeside, maybe the ADC Global, which is already identified, maybe the ADC is the way to go in regards to what's to come in the future. But ultimately as well, the big one, Alexandra Palace, the World Championships. Once you've got one of those on your CV, once you've got that experience, things change very, very quickly. And that's sort of the next step and the next goal now in the progression.
When we look back at what you've done so far, and so far being the operative word here, at the Super Series, how would you reflect upon some of the things that you've achieved?
Yeah, look, as I think I've got more publicity for hitting 9 darters than actually winning my week. So it's obviously a big stepping stone hitting 9 darters. Everyone wants to do it, but as I said, it's only a leg at the end of the day. The boys were making fun of me backstage, like I didn't pick up a leg for the next 6 legs after that. So like it's about, if you hit a 9 darter, focusing again, winning the game, moving on and trying to keep winning.
Finally, I've got a special question for you from my director, who's asked, are you going to be the first to do it on a Saturday night?
Might be the first to do 2 in a week, yeah, hopefully. That's if I can do it, I'll do it, yeah. But the main thing is about winning. Winning is the main thing. If I can win this Saturday or get through to Saturday and win, it would be huge.
Well, Conor, it's been great to see you and your progress here over the course of the last few years at the Live League, then the Super Series, weekly wins, 9 darters. It's been good fun watching you and watching your progress at large.
Cheers.
Matt, thank you as ever for your company. Thank you for watching the latest edition of the Tungsten Talk here at the MODUS Super Series on Pluto TV. Don't forget to download the Pluto TV app. It is available via your applicable app store, whether it be on your smart TV or your smart device, to catch up more episodes of the Tungsten Talk, as well as 30 hours of live darts a week, every single week of the year.